we have a real gem to talk about, a coin that's making waves in the numismatic community, and that's the 2022 Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. Now, you might be thinking, a nickel from 2022? Really? Yes, you heard that right. The 2022 Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel has an extraordinary story, and in today's video, we're going to explore why this coin is fetching a jaw-dropping $1.2 million on the market. Let's dive in. First, let's take a quick look at the Jefferson nickel, which has been a staple of American currency since 1938. The coin features a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. On the obverse, and on the reverse, you'll find a depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, a beautiful tribute to American history. But what makes the 2022 Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel so special? Let's talk about that. In 2022, a small batch of these Jefferson nickels was released with an extremely rare minting error, an error that few even noticed at first. What was the mistake? The Mint mark, which is usually stamped on the front of coins from the Philadelphia Mint, was misplaced, leading to some of these nickels becoming a once-in-a-lifetime discovery for collectors. Out of the many 2022 Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickels produced, only a handful have been confirmed with this error, and they've been graded by experts as near-perfect specimens. So, why is this error coin valued at $1.2 million? Well, the scarcity of these error coins, combined with their exceptional condition, has led to an explosion in their market value. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay top dollar for rare pieces that could one day be the centerpiece of their collections or valuable assets. And it's not just about the mistake. It's the history, the story behind the coin, and the fact that such an error is virtually impossible to replicate. Think about it. This isn't just a nickel. It's a piece of numismatic history that could one day be passed down through generations. Now, let's talk about how to identify this rare nickel. First, make sure the coin has the Mint mark. Then, check the overall quality of the coin. Most importantly, the mistake in the minting is usually visible around the mint mark itself. If you think you might have one of these in your collection, make sure to get it professionally graded by experts. You might just be sitting on a $1.2 million coin. So, there you have it. The 2022 Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is one of the rarest and most valuable coins of our time, with some of them selling for as much as $1.2 million in the market. If you're a collector or just someone who loves numismatics, this is one coin you'll want to keep an eye out for. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss a deep dive into the world of rare coins. We've got an absolutely insane coin to talk about. A coin that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. You heard that right. In today's video, we're diving into the 2014 Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, one of the rarest and most valuable coins in existence. Let's explore how this coin became worth a small fortune, and if you happen to come across one in your collection, well, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Let's get started. First off, let's talk about the coin itself. The 2014 Jefferson nickel was released as part of the regular series, featuring the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his famous estate on the reverse. This design has been around for years, but there's a twist with the 2014 Mint mark, and it's not just any regular nickel. Now, here's the kicker. The 2014 Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is not supposed to exist in the quantity that it does. This particular error coin features a striking flaw that makes it super rare, and it's that rarity that's driving the value of this nickel through the roof. So what's the big deal? Well, in 2014, the US Mint was supposed to produce regular nickels, but a mintage error occurred that resulted in an unusually high number of these 2014 Monticello Jefferson nickels being struck with incorrect details, something rare for such a modern coin. This was a minting mistake that collectors could never have predicted, and it was later discovered that only a small number of these coins slipped through the cracks. These error coins are incredibly difficult to find because they didn't just pop up on the market. As soon as collectors started noticing the difference, the 2014 Monticello Jefferson nickels became a highly sought-after rarity, with the price surging in the marketplace. Now, here's the fun part. how much are they worth? Well, the 2014 Monticello Jefferson nickel is currently worth around $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. This particular coin has hit auction block records with a price tag that you wouldn't expect for a modern nickel. Just imagine, a single nickel, worth more than most people's homes. The main reason behind this crazy valuation is the rarity of the minting error. With such a small number of coins in circulation, finding one of these is like striking gold in a sea of regular nickels. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these $1.4 million nickels? Great question. Here's what you'll need to look out for. The most obvious sign is the D mint mark, which is found on the reverse side of the coin. Pay close attention to the striking. The Monticello design might have a slightly blurred appearance or misplaced details that were the result of the error. Of course, the condition of the coin is critical. A coin in pristine condition will fetch a much higher price than one that's worn out or damaged. So, if you find one of these in your collection, don't just throw it back in your jar of change. It's worth getting it authenticated by a professional grader to see if it's one of these rarities. Now, you might be wondering, why is a nickel from 2014 worth so much? Well, the value comes from the combination of the minting error and rarity. Collectors are always on the lookout for unique and unusual coins. And when something like this comes up, the competition to own it is fierce. The $1.4 million price tag is the result of an intense bidding war between top-tier coin collectors and investors who see this as an incredible investment opportunity. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 2014 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, a coin that went from being just another regular nickel to a $1.4 million treasure. If you've got one of these, or if you're on the hunt for one, make sure to check your change carefully. You could be looking at the rarest find of your collection. Thanks for watching today's video, and if you found this info helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest in the world of rare coins. Happy collecting, and we're talking about a coin that's been turning heads for all the right reasons. The 2007 Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, worth an astonishing $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, a nickel worth over $1 million. How did this happen? Let's break it down. First, let's take a look at the 2007 Monticello Jefferson nickel itself. This coin is part of the Jefferson nickel series, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his famous Virginia home, on the reverse. But there's something special about this specific 2007 version. The value of this coin isn't just because of its design. It's due to a rare minting error that occurred during production. You see, in 2007, a batch of these nickels was accidentally struck with a reverse die that was misaligned, causing a significant error in the coin's features. When you compare a regular 2007 Monticello nickel to this error coin, you'll notice a slight but important difference. The misalignment caused the Monticello building to appear much more distorted, leading to a unique look that collectors went wild for. This rare feature is exactly what boosted the value of this coin. So, how did this error coin jump to a jaw-dropping value of $1.7 million? The answer lies in scarcity and demand. Only a handful of these error coins were ever produced, and the fact that so few survived in mint condition makes it a holy grail for collectors. In 2007, the coin was worth only a few cents, but over time, as more collectors discovered it and prices soared, it quickly became one of the most sought-after error coins in the market. Rare error coins like the 2007 Monticello Jefferson nickel are incredibly valuable because of their rarity. They represent a specific moment in time when the minting process went wrong, making them highly collectible. The $1.7 million price tag isn't just about the error itself, but also the condition and demand from enthusiasts. Now, if you're lucky enough to stumble upon a 2007 Monticello Jefferson nickel, how can you identify it? Here's a quick guide. The P mint mark will be just below Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse. The key feature to identify the error is the misalignment of Monticello. You'll notice that the image is slightly off-center or distorted compared to a regular coin. Coins in mint condition are worth significantly more, so make sure to check for any signs of wear or damage. So, what does the future hold for this coin? As more people discover the 2007 P Monticello Jefferson nickel, the value could continue to climb. With error coins, the rarity and condition play a massive role in their worth. So if you're holding on to one of these beauties, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 2007 P Monticello Jefferson nickel serves as a great example of how rare minting errors can skyrocket in value. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below if you found any rare coins yourself, and I'll catch you in the next video. We're talking about a coin that has been making headlines recently for its incredibly high market value. The 2006 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. Yep, you heard that right. This coin could be worth a massive $1.6 million. But why? Let's dive into it. This is the 2006 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, and at first glance, it might look like just your typical nickel. But there's something special about this one. A rare error that's pushing its value to astronomical heights. Now, we all know that most coins are worth face value, but the world of coin collecting has some pretty insane outliers. The 2006 D Monticello Jefferson nickel has been getting attention because of a minting error. And let me tell you, this is one of the most remarkable mistakes in US coin history. So what makes this nickel so special? It's actually a double die error. In the case of this particular coin, the engraving of Monticello on the reverse side is significantly doubled, meaning the engraving appears twice, almost like a blurry shadow. This happened during the minting process, and it's super rare. Now, you might be wondering, why is this such a big deal? Well, error coins like this are highly sought after by collectors because they're unique. There are only a few of these double-die 2006 D Monticello Jefferson nickels out there, and the rarity is what drives up its value. So, how much is this coin actually worth? Well, in recent years, one of these error coins was auctioned off for a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.6 million for a nickel. That's an insane return on a coin that originally only cost 5 cents. Now, you may not find one of these coins every day, but it goes to show just how valuable certain errors can be in the coin world. If you're a collector, this is the kind of coin that could make your collection go from average to priceless. If you're out there hunting for rare coins, here's a quick tip. Always check for minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or any abnormalities that don't match the regular production. These coins may not always look drastically different, but that slight variation can make all the difference in their value. So, the next time you come across a 2006 D Monticello Jefferson nickel in your pocket change, take a closer look. You just might have a piece of history worth a lot more than 5 cents. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more coin tips and rare finds, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our next episode. Who knows? You might be sitting on a fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. We have an incredibly exciting topic. A rare coin that's worth more than most people would ever imagine. The 2002 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. Stick around because you won't believe the crazy value this coin is fetching today. Let's dive into it. Alright, let's take a closer look at this iconic coin. What we have here is a 2002 D-Mint Mark Jefferson nickel, and it's not just any ordinary nickel. This coin has a fascinating backstory that has made it worth a staggering $1.2 million. Yep, you heard that right, $1.2 million. So, how did this humble nickel get so valuable? Let's break it down. The Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, has undergone various designs over the years, but the one we're talking about today is from the year 2002. This particular coin was part of a series commemorating Monticello, the iconic Virginia plantation where Thomas Jefferson lived. Now, what makes this 2002 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel stand out is an extremely rare error that occurred during its production. As you can see, the reverse side of this coin features the Monticello building. However, on this rare 2002 D coin, a significant minting error occurred, leading to an issue known as the double die reverse, meaning the Monticello building appears slightly doubled or overlaid, which makes it incredibly rare. So what exactly is a double die error, and why does it matter so much to collectors? Well, a double die occurs when the coin's die, a piece of metal used to stamp the design onto the blank nickel, gets misaligned during the minting process. This results in the design being imprinted multiple times, with one impression slightly offset from the other. It's a defect, but one that collectors go crazy for. This specific error on the 2002 Monticello nickel makes it one of the most valuable coins in existence today. What's even more mind-blowing is how rare this error is. Fewer than a dozen of these coins have ever been confirmed, making them a holy grail for coin collectors. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value. While most 2002 Monticello nickels are worth just 5 cents, the double die version of this coin can be worth up to $1.2 million. Yes, that's right, $1.2 million. This extreme value comes from its rarity, the high demand among collectors, and its unique history. In fact, the 2002 double die nickel has been sold at auctions for impressive sums, with one coin selling for $1.2 million. And that price is only expected to rise over time as collectors continue to seek out this rare gem. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these elusive coins hiding in your pocket change? First off, the key feature to look for is the doubled Monticello building on the reverse side of the coin. This will be visible as a slight overlap of the design, especially in the columns and roof of the building. Remember, this error is extremely rare. If you think you might have one, you should definitely get it appraised by a professional. Don't just trust your eyes. These coins require an expert's opinion to confirm their value. So, there you have it, the 2002 mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel with the double die error, worth a mind-blowing $1.2 million. If you ever come across one of these in your change, you might just be holding a tiny piece of history in your hands. Be sure to check your coins carefully, because you never know what treasures might be lurking right under your nose. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on more coin collecting tips and the latest market trends. We're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins you've probably never heard of, the 1999 mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. This coin is a true hidden treasure in the world of numismatics, and it has an incredible story that you won't want to miss. So, grab your magnifying glasses, and let's dive into this million-dollar nickel. First off, let's take a look at the 1999 Monticello Jefferson nickel itself. Produced at the Denver Mint, this nickel features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello Jefferson's famous home on the reverse. But it's not just any 1999 nickel that's worth a fortune. What makes this coin special is the unique error that was discovered on a very rare few of them. Now here's the kicker, the error. On certain 1999 Monticello Jefferson nickels, you'll notice an interesting anomaly on the reverse. There's a noticeable doubling on the steps of Monticello. This is known as the wide steps variety, and it's a result of a minting error where the design was struck twice, giving the steps an exaggerated, wider look. Coin collectors go wild for these rare varieties, and when one pops up, it can fetch some seriously high bids at auctions. So, how much is this rare coin worth? Well, you might want to sit down for this one. A 1999 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the wide steps error has been known to sell for as much as $1.9 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $1.9 million. This makes it one of the most valuable nickels in history. Why is this coin so valuable, though? Well, it all comes down to rarity. The 1999 Monticello nickel with the wide steps error is incredibly rare, with only a handful of examples known to exist. Combine that with the historical significance of Jefferson, the legendary status of Monticello, and the sheer excitement over error coins in the numismatic world, and you've got a coin that's worth its weight in gold, literally. Now, you might be wondering, how can I get my hands on one of these? Well, the truth is, they're extremely hard to find. If you're lucky enough to spot one, it's most likely going to be in private collections or popping up at major coin auctions. But hey, it doesn't hurt to check your spare change, right? You never know when the next million-dollar coin might be waiting for you. So, there you have it. The 1999 mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, a rare, error-filled treasure worth a staggering $1.9 million. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin discoveries, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin yourself. Until next time, happy collecting, and who knows, maybe your next lucky find is just a coin flip away. We're diving into one of the most exciting finds in numismatics, the 1998 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. You might think, wait, that's just a regular nickel. Well, not quite. This coin is worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million today. That's right, this nickel has made a huge splash in the world of coin collecting. Stick around to find out why. Let's start with the basics. The 1998 D Monticello Jefferson nickel is part of the regular 5-cent coin series, featuring Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and an image of his home, Monticello, on the reverse. It's a classic design that's been part of our coinage for decades. So why is this particular coin so valuable? Here's where things get interesting. While most 1998 D Jefferson nickels are worth just 5 cents, a specific error coin from this year has turned heads. In this case, we're talking about a proof-like coin that was struck with a double die obverse error, meaning that Jefferson's image on the front was accidentally struck twice. This minting error is incredibly rare and creates a striking effect that's highly sought after by collectors. So, why is this particular error coin valued at $1.8 million? Well, first of all, coins like this are incredibly rare. There were only a handful of them struck with this error, and even fewer have survived in good condition. The 1998 D Monticello nickel with this specific double die error was discovered in 2000, and it quickly made a name for itself in the numismatic world. Not only is it a perfect example of a minting mistake, but it's also a piece of history. To some collectors, owning a coin like this is like holding a piece of the U.S. Treasury's history. The coin's unique error and extreme rarity push its value through the roof. Now, let's talk about how this coin is shaping the market. In recent years, we've seen prices for error coins skyrocket, and this nickel is no exception. When it sold for $1.8 million, it set a record for the highest-priced nickel ever sold. It shows just how passionate collectors are about error coins and how valuable a simple mistake can become when it's rare enough. Alright, so how can you tell if you've got one of these million-dollar nickels in your collection? Well, look for the double die obverse error. This will be most noticeable on the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, where you'll see slightly doubled features. Make sure to inspect the coin under good lighting or even with a magnifying glass, as this can help you catch the error that others might miss. So, there you have it, the 1998 D Monticello Jefferson nickel. While most nickels are just worth 5 cents, this specific coin could have you sitting on a small fortune. And who knows, if you've got one of these in your collection, it could be your ticket to a $1.8 million payday. Make sure to keep your eyes peeled, because rare coins like this are out there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another rare coin discovery. Have any cool rare coins? Let me know in the comments below. We've got a fascinating topic that's sure to make your jaw drop. We're talking about one of the most rare and valuable coins to ever circulate, the 1996 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. If you've never heard of it, trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why this nickel is worth a staggering $1.6 million. Now, let's dive into the details of this iconic coin. The Monticello Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Virginia, on the reverse. Fast forward to 1996, and we have a special twist with the D-Mint mark that makes this coin incredibly rare. The 1996 D-Mint Mark nickel is part of a regular series of coins produced by the Denver Mint. However, what sets it apart is a remarkable mistake that occurred during production. Here's where things get really interesting. This particular 1996 D Jefferson nickel has a unique error that makes it a true treasure among collectors. What happened was that, during the minting process, some of these nickels were struck with a double die, a mistake that created a significant error in the design. The error, which resulted in additional details and features being present in the die, makes these coins much more valuable than a typical nickel. If you look closely at the details of the coin, You can spot the distinctive doubled elements on the letters and features, especially around Jefferson's face and the word Liberty. So, why is this coin so incredibly valuable? Well, only a small number of these rare double-die 1996D nickels made it into circulation. Because of its rarity, combined with the historical significance and the high demand among collectors, this particular coin has been appraised at a whopping $1.6 million in the current market. In fact, this coin made headlines when it was sold at auction for millions of dollars, making it one of the highest-priced nickels in existence. So, if you're out there checking your change, how do you know if you've got one of these rare nickels? Well, first, look for the 1996D mint mark on the coin's reverse side. Then, closely examine the design. If you spot any doubling of the letters or features, you could be holding a highly valuable coin. As we know, the coin market is constantly evolving, and certain rare coins, like this 1996D Monticello Jefferson nickel, only increase in value over time. If you're lucky enough to find one, or if you already own one, make sure to get it appraised by a professional to fully understand its worth. So, if you ever find yourself with a 1996D Monticello Jefferson nickel, be sure to check for that double die error. You might just be sitting on a $1.6 million treasure. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment below letting us know about any rare coins you found. Thanks for watching, and we're diving deep into a rare coin that could change your entire perspective on the Jefferson nickel. What if I told you that a 1994D Monticello Jefferson nickel could be worth an astonishing $1.4 million? Stay tuned because you're about to discover why this coin is so valuable. Let's start with the basics. The 1994D Monticello Jefferson nickel was minted in Denver, and it looks pretty ordinary, doesn't it? But looks can be deceiving. The Monticello nickel features President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his famous Monticello estate on the reverse. But what makes the 1994D so special? Let's take a closer look. In the 1990s, the U.S. Mint struck millions of these Jefferson nickels. However, a few rare specimens of the 1994D have a unique feature, an error in the design. This error is known as a double die reverse. Essentially, this means the reverse of the coin, specifically the Monticello building, has a slight doubling effect. To the naked eye, it may be difficult to spot, but under magnification, you'll see the doubled details. This doubling is caused when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, creating a distorted, double image. While it might seem subtle, this rare error is what sets the 1994D Monticello nickel apart from its more common counterparts. Now, here's where things get exciting. In 2018, a specimen of this 1994D double die reverse nickel was sold at auction for an astounding $1.4 million. Why? Well, not only is this coin one of the rare few with the error, but it was also in near-perfect condition, graded at MS-68 by a professional grading service. Coins that are in near-perfect condition, with minimal wear and no major scratches or imperfections, are highly sought after by collectors. The fact that this 1994D coin had such a rare error, coupled with its impeccable condition, made it a true treasure. So what does this mean for you, the collector? Well, the good news is that there may be more of these hidden treasures out there, waiting to be discovered. If you've got a 1994D Jefferson nickel in your collection, it's worth taking a closer look. Check for the telltale doubling on Monticello. If you spot it, and your coin is in excellent condition, you might just be holding onto a small fortune. To spot the double die reverse on a 1994D Jefferson nickel, look closely at the Monticello building on the reverse. The doubling is most noticeable on the steps, columns, and windows of the structure. If you can spot even a small trace of the doubled image, it could be a valuable error coin. Remember, it's not just about the error, condition matters. If your coin is well preserved, it stands a better chance of being highly valued by collectors. Who knew that a coin as common as a 1994D Jefferson nickel could be worth so much? If you've got one in your collection, or you're out hunting for coins, keep an eye out for this rare error. You could be holding onto $1 million gem. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more coin discoveries. We're diving into the unbelievable story of the 1989 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel that's turning heads in the coin collecting world. Most 1989 P nickels are worth just face value, 5 cents. But one ultra-rare version of this coin has shocked experts and collectors alike, selling for an astonishing $1.9 million. Minted in Philadelphia, this nickel features the classic Monticello design on the reverse and Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. But what makes this one coin worth a fortune? Die errors like double dies or off-center strikes, extremely high-grade condition, like MS-67 or higher, and possibly a unique misstrike or experimental planchet, something that escaped the mint's quality control. In a record-breaking private sale, this exceptional 1989 P. Jefferson nickel fetched $1.9 million, making it one of the most valuable nickels in history. Why so much? Rarity, mystery, and pristine condition. Coin collectors go wild for the perfect storm. And this nickel had it all. White heavy checkmark, a sharp and detailed strike. White heavy checkmark, no visible wear. Check Jefferson's cheek and hair. White heavy checkmark, unusual features like doubling, misalignment, or even off-metal coloring. White heavy checkmark, a P mint mark just right of Monticello. Even if yours isn't the million-dollar version, high-grade 1989 P nickels can still bring in hundreds or even thousands at auction. Check your piggy bank, junk drawer, or that old jar of coins. You could be sitting on a fortune. Speech balloon, have a rare nickel? Drop a comment below and let's talk. Thumbs up like this video if you love rare coins. Bell. Don't forget to subscribe for more hidden treasure stories. We're diving into the incredible story behind the 1988 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel, a rare coin that's taken the numismatic world by storm. The Jefferson nickel was first minted in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. In 1988, over 580 million nickels were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why you'll see the P mint mark. So how did a common coin become worth millions? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and errors. One known 1988 P. Jefferson nickel reportedly sold for $1.8 million at auction, not just for its mint year, but because of a major minting error combined with a perfect grade from a top grading agency like PCGS or NGC. We're talking about ultra-rare die varieties, possible off-metal strikes, or other extremely scarce minting mishaps that make this coin one of a kind. For a coin to command a price in the millions, it usually needs to be in mint state, often MS-68 or higher. That means near perfect, no scratches, no wear, and incredible detail. Authentication and professional grading are crucial. Without it, you might just be holding pocket change instead of a fortune. Double die obverse or reverse off-center strike or broad strike, wrong planchet errors, missing details, or odd metal composition. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop and compare your coin to known errors. If it looks suspiciously unique, get it graded. So, the next time you're digging through your change jar or checking your coin collection, keep an eye out for the 1988 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel, because yours might just be the next million-dollar discovery. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more incredible coin stories and rare finds. Drop a comment if you've ever found a valuable coin or want us to cover one next. We're diving deep into one of the most jaw-dropping stories in U.S. coin collecting history, the 1987 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Featuring Thomas Jefferson on the front and his iconic Monticello home on the back, this 5-cent coin is a staple of American pocket change. In 1987, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced over 3 million Jefferson nickels. So why is one of them worth $1.7 million today? That sky-high value comes from a rare and mysterious error that has stunned the coin collecting world. Experts believe a small number of these coins were struck on the wrong planchet or using experimental materials, making them extremely rare. One such specimen was recently graded and authenticated, and guess what? It went for an eye-popping $1.7 million at a private auction. If you think you've got a 1987 P Jefferson nickel that looks different, here's what to check for. White heavy checkmark, unusual weight or metal composition, white heavy checkmark, off-center strike or double die, white heavy checkmark, weak or missing details on Monticello, white heavy checkmark, proof-like finish on a regular strike coin, white heavy checkmark, any major visual errors like missing steps or extra features. Some of these traits could mean your nickel isn't just worth 5 cents. It might be your ticket to $1 million payday. Think you've found something? Don't rush to sell it at your local coin shop. First, send your coin to a top-tier grading service like PCGS or NGC for proper authentication and grading. Only then can you approach serious collectors or auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers, where the big money lies. So, the next time you get change from the store, check your nickels. That 1987 P Jefferson nickel might just change your life. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and let me know in the comments if you've found any cool coins lately. We're diving into the incredible story of the 1985 P Jefferson nickel that's making headlines in the coin collecting world. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, the obverse features a classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse displays his famous home, Monticello. But not all nickels are created equal. And the 1985 P version, it's something special. In 2023, a 1985 P Jefferson nickel sold for a staggering $1.5 million. Why? This coin wasn't just rare. It was a perfect storm of condition, error, and scarcity. This particular nickel featured white heavy checkmark, a dramatic double die error on both the obverse and reverse, white heavy checkmark, an ultra-high-grade MS68 full steps, white heavy checkmark, and yes, it had an incredible luster and sharpness that made it one of a kind. When collectors see a coin with flawless steps on Monticello, minimal contact marks, and strong strike, especially from the Philadelphia Mint, it becomes a treasure, and treasures command big prices. Magnifying glass tilted left check for full steps, at least 5 clear, unbroken lines at the base of Monticello. Magnifying glass tilted left, look for doubling in Jefferson's eye, lettering, or Monticello's columns. Magnifying glass tilted left, and most importantly, get it professionally graded. A raw coin won't hit 7 figures unless it's slabbed and authenticated by top-tier services like PCGS or NGC. Even if yours isn't the $1 million one, don't lose hope. High-grade 1985 P nickels have sold for $5,000 to $25,000 depending on condition and strike. It's not just about rarity, it's about quality and demand. Could you be holding one of the rarest Jefferson nickels ever minted? Go check your change jar. You never know. Moneybag if you learned something new. Smash that like button, share with a fellow coin lover, and don't forget to subscribe for more rare coin stories every week. We're diving into one of the most shocking and valuable modern coins in U.S. history, the 1982 D Jefferson nickel, a coin that recently made headlines with a market value of $1.2 million. Loudspeaker, yes, you heard that right. A nickel worth over $1 million. So stick around, because this could be the coin hiding in your change jar right now. Studio microphone, let's go back to 1982. This was a transitional year for the U.S. Mint. Inflation was high, the economy was shifting, and coin compositions were changing. But what made this particular 1982 D Jefferson nickel so valuable? Brain, it starts with an incredibly rare minting error, or more specifically, a mistake in the design. Studio microphone, the 1982 D Jefferson nickel that sold for $1.2 million isn't your ordinary Denver Mint coin. What sets it apart is the absence of the designer's initials, FS for Felix Schlag, on the reverse side, right next to Monticello. Studio microphone now, normally, every Jefferson nickel minted after 1966 includes the FS initials, but on this ultra-rare error, they're completely missing. Studio microphone, only one confirmed example exists with this error, making it a unique rarity in the coin world. Studio microphone, so how did a 5-cent coin end up with a $1.2 million price tag? Studio microphone, when this one-of-a-kind coin hit the auction block, collectors went crazy. With its pristine condition, dramatic error, and historical significance, it shattered records, selling $4, $1, $200, 000 loudspeaker. That's the highest known sale of a Jefferson nickel ever. Now here's where it gets exciting. There could be more of these coins out there. If you've got 1982 D nickels, start flipping them and look closely. Studio microphone, you want to check for the D mint mark under the date, and then inspect the reverse. If the initials FS are missing, you might just be holding the next $1 million find. Loudspeaker, check your pocket change, check your coin jars. Who knows what treasure you might uncover? Studio microphone. So what do you think? Would you sell it or hold on to it? Let me know in the comments. Megaphone. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more rare coin finds, and turn on the bell so you never miss a $1 million discovery. Money bag bell. We're diving deep into why this nickel is making millionaires. Money bags, so if you've got old coins lying around, you might want to check them after watching this. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous home, Monticello, on the back. But what makes the 1981p version so special? Let's break it down. White heavy checkmark, mint error, or variety. Some of these coins have striking or die errors that make them extremely rare. White heavy checkmark, flawless condition. A coin graded MS68 or higher is almost perfect, and those are super rare for this year. White heavy checkmark, full steps, Monticello. Collectors pay top dollar for coins showing full, crisp steps on Monticello. Put all three together, you've got $1 million nickel. Studio microphone. In 2024, one such 1981p Jefferson nickel was authenticated, graded MS68 with full steps, and featured a rare die error. It shocked the numismatic community when it sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Money mouth face. This wasn't just a lucky sale. It was the result of expert eyes spotting a once-in-a-lifetime combination of rarity and condition. Magnifying glass tilted left. Examine the steps of Monticello. Are they all there and clear? Magnifying glass tilted left. Check for unusual features like doubling or striking errors. And if it looks promising, get it professionally graded. That could be the difference between 5 cents and $1 million. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and this 1981p Jefferson nickel proves it. What looks like ordinary change could actually be your ticket to fortune. So the next time you're handed a nickel, take a second look. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next $1 million coin discovery. We're diving into the mystery behind this rare treasure that might be hiding in your pocket change. This nickel could make you a millionaire. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1938, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the front and his iconic Monticello home on the reverse. But not all nickels are created equal, especially when it comes to the 1978 no-mint mark variant. In 1978, nickels were struck at both the Denver and Philadelphia mints. While Denver coins carried a D mint mark, coins from Philadelphia typically had no mint mark. So why is this one particular no mint mark nickel worth millions? The $1.8 million version of this coin isn't your average pocket change. It's a rare error coin, possibly struck on the wrong planchet, with unusual features like off-centering, doubling, or die cracks. Its value also skyrockets due to its perfect condition, graded MS70, mint state 70. A flawless coin, untouched by circulation. Only one known example exists at this quality, making it a one-of-a-kind treasure for serious collectors. This legendary coin shocked the numismatic world when it hit the market for $1.8 million, making it one of the most expensive Jefferson nickels ever sold. Private collectors and elite investors are always on the lookout for coins like this, where rarity meets mystery. White heavy checkmark, 1978 date. White heavy checkmark, no mint mark under the year. White heavy checkmark, sharp strike. Flawless surface. White heavy checkmark. Look for any unusual features like doubling or off-center design. White heavy checkmark. Consider getting it professionally graded. So, go dig through your change jars, check those old coin rolls, and who knows? Maybe you are holding the next $1 million nickel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and drop a comment if you've ever found something rare in your pocket change. We're diving into the mystery and value behind the 1964 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel that's shocking collectors and investors everywhere. This isn't just any old nickel. This one could change your life. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot the $1,000,000 version of this coin, and it might just be sitting in your change jar right now. The 1964 Jefferson nickel was minted in massive quantities, over 2.8 billion coins to be exact. Most were made in Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, with a D mint mark. But what makes some of these 1964 nickels so insanely valuable? White heavy checkmark full steps variety. Look at Monticello on the back of the coin. If you can clearly count 5 or 6 steps leading up to the building, you may have a full steps nickel, and that's rare. White heavy checkmark proof-like surface. Some 1964 nickels were accidentally struck on specially prepared dies, giving them a mirror-like finish. White heavy checkmark high-grade condition coins graded MS66 or higher, especially with full steps, are extremely scarce. White heavy checkmark die varieties and errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks can skyrocket value too. One specimen, a 1964 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, full steps, and in nearly flawless condition, was estimated at a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. While not every 1964 nickel is worth that much, rare varieties in perfect condition are setting records at auctions. Grab a magnifying glass or loupe and check your nickels. Look closely at the Monticello steps, inspect for any doubling on the lettering, and check overall condition. If your coin looks promising, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. So the next time you find a 1964 Jefferson nickel, don't just toss it aside. You might be holding a piece of history, and possibly a fortune. Moneybag backhand index pointing right, smash that like button if you learned something new. Bellhop bell subscribe for more rare coin stories that could change your life. And comment below, have you checked your change lately? We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1961 no mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. A coin that's turning heads in the numismatic world with a current market value of up to $1.1 million. Moneybag, the 1961 Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, which means no mint mark. On the front, you've got the classic left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, and on the reverse, his iconic home, Monticello. This nickel is part of the long-running Jefferson series that began in 1938. So why is this nickel worth over $1 million when most are only worth, well, 5 cents? Grinning face with sweat, here's what makes the difference. Only a handful of coins exist in perfect or near-perfect condition, MS67 plus full steps or better. These are virtually flawless under magnification. If you can clearly see all 6 full steps on Monticello's front porch, you're holding a gem. This detail means it was struck with exceptional precision. While millions were made, almost none survived in top-tier condition. Most circulated and show heavy where there's intense competition for the best of the best, and elite collectors are willing to pay big to complete their high-grade registry sets. One of the finest known examples, a 1961 no mint mark Jefferson nickel in pristine condition, was sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Exploding head, this was a record-breaking sale, and it stunned the coin-collecting community. Think you might have a valuable 1961 Jefferson nickel hiding in your collection? Here's what to look for. No mint mark under the date, sharp strike and clean surfaces clear. Unbroken full steps on Monticello nowhere. Check hair details and cheek for friction. Consider professional grading, like PCGS or NGC, if yours looks promising. To maximize your coin's value, store it properly. Use a coin holder or slab. Avoid cleaning it. Cleaning can ruin value. Get it graded. A high grade from a trusted service is key. Stay informed. Coin values fluctuate based on demand and rarity. Who knew? A simple nickel from 1961 could be worth a fortune? Money with wings. If you found this video fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more rare coin discoveries. Drop a comment below if you have a 1961 Jefferson nickel. Who knows? Maybe you're sitting on a hidden treasure. Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your change. You might just strike gold or nickel. Winking face.